In terms of hacking customer growth, we've already seen the importance in many of the business model patterns and business models, how important it is to actually acquire and keep customers. So actually hacking customer growth, improving the cost of acquisition, improving how long you keep customers is absolutely critical to many business models. So what we're going to do is focus on this section in a bit more detail. First of all, there's this idea of engagement. How do we actually personalize, gamify, and build communities around us? How can we use these strategies to actually improve our customer acquisition? How can we use different acquisition strategies in terms of digital marketing, referrals, influencers? Even in business to business, there are key influencers in every market. Customer service. Customer service is absolutely critical in terms of making sure that we delight our customers, that we make sure it's easy for them to find information, that if they have problems, we solve them quickly. In terms of customer segments, understanding your customers becomes a key part, and even evolving in it and identifying new customer segments, new market potentials can become a critical competitive advantage. And then we have sales and delivery, our channels. Where and how can we think differently about how we place our products, place our services, and make sure that we get them recognized by our customers. Let's walk through some examples. Communities happen across business to business as well as business consumer. And clearly what we want to do, or the advantages of coordinating and orchestrating a community, is that you get to understand your customers deeply. Harley-Davidson is one of the best case studies. They've created a whole community around Harley-Davidson, and that allows them to understand their customers. It creates a group of people that interact, and that community forms part of their brand. So just by creating a community, that can be done. Now on LinkedIn, if you look at groups, there are lots and lots of groups. Those groups are often coordinated by companies or even individuals in some cases. Think about different ways in which you can build a community. They might be on a particular theme. Sustainability. Can you be a thought leader? Can you develop other clients and people around the world so that you have a participative community and with high engagement? The other thing that means is you get a lot of feedback. You get a lot of new knowledge coming in. So it's not just you working in a bubble anymore, but you start to invite others in and help innovate. In terms of engagement, there are various strategies involved. Gamification is basically taking the idea that you can set incentives and targets that challenges people. And a lot of people then are incentivized to actually do something within a given amount of time. This can be used in a number of different ways. For instance, you could use this in terms of Code Academy, use it in terms of a 30-day challenge. Learn in a step-by-step process, but we're going to guide you through it in a very structured way, and they give points and rewards to people that help them feel and encouraged during the process. If you're working with clients, you can do that in all sorts of different ways. So gamification is an engagement process, but there are lots of other engagement methods. We've seen that during the business model canvas, even if you're focusing on key resources, maybe a platform as a key resource, you still need to focus on customer acquisition. And customer acquisition drives a lot of businesses. And one of the ways you can do that is referral. Now, referrals in business to business are incredibly powerful. We already know that many people don't stay in the same job, they move to other companies. If they take you and recommend you to the new company, then that itself becomes a powerful mechanism. In terms of customer service, loyalty schemes improve things. How can you incentivize customers to remain loyal? There are lots of different mechanisms here. Starbucks offers rewards through their apps. And the process here is to help customers feel rewarded for staying with them. Equally in business to business, this can happen. I used to work with Hewlett-Packard, and for their key partners, they would have reward mechanisms for their employees. So some of their partners were resellers of their products, and they would put in incentive and loyalty schemes for those people that sold on the products. Another aspect of this is looking at how you can reinvent a market. And a good example is Impossible Foods. They identified that vegetarians actually love burgers, but the burgers often in the market didn't taste anything like a meaty burger. And of course, a lot of vegetarians weren't always vegetarians, so they could still remember the taste or think about it. And they set the challenge of making a vegetarian burger taste as good, if not better, than a real burger. They created a new market. So we've seen already from the business model patterns that this fits into the visionary section, where people reimagine what is possible. And then we have how you sell and deliver a product, how you reinvent it, how you actually pull customers in. Birchbox offers curated makeup samples from brands for a limited budget. So it means people get their hands on a set of samples that they can try before they buy. And of course, Birchbox then offers the full product on its website. It allows people to engage with Birchbox on a regular basis. And it also means they earn revenue on a regular basis on a subscription model, which we've seen from business model patterns. Another example in terms of digital is WeChat, which is the Chinese messaging app. But it's not just a messaging app. It also has high levels of services, social content and shopping built in. And of course you can make payments through WeChat. Because it's integrated, because it has an ecosystem of other applications, it becomes a go-to way to actually buy things. And it becomes a sales channel for companies that want to sell things. I've covered there very briefly, some of the hacks and methods you can use. It's worth using and looking across different industries as to how they do things. In terms of business model mapping, this is the final point in this course. This is a much more advanced method of actually mapping a business model. And one of the benefits of it is it allows you to look at value exchanges between different participants within the system. It looks very much like it's complicated, but it's not. It identifies clearly both partners, the main organization, and the users. So this is the Spotify business model. And you can quickly see how money is generated, who the participants are, and the level of data across different points that provide the insights for Spotify. Taking a systems approach can give you a different perspective of business model mapping and business design. And I highly encourage you to, once you've established a business model canvas that you want to take forward, to maybe play around with business model mapping and use it as a method to explore what else is possible and what maybe data is needed, what other things you could do. That's the end of the course. I hope you've enjoyed it. Innovation is not easy, but hopefully if you do this as an approach and take some of the insights from this course, you'll improve how you innovate your business, how you design business models, and create new revenue streams. Thank you.